In this video, we're going to use Google Sheets Analytics add-on to query the API and pull results into a spreadsheet. So to get started with this, we need to open up Google Sheets. I have my apps saved here in my favorites, and there's my Google Sheets. I'm going to open that up. You can also get to it by going straight to your Google Drive and then pulling it up that way. Now I'm going to click on blank to create a new spreadsheet. And the next thing we need to do is click on our add-ons and select Get Add-ons. Now there's our Google Analytics add-on right there. If it's not on the main page for you, you can search it using the search tool. Click on your Google Analytics and then select the plus free up in the corner. And now we need to give it some permissions so that it can access our Google Analytics, send emails, etc. So click on Allow, and it's going to add the add-on. You can see it adding right there. All changes saved to Drive. Now the add-on is in our Google Sheets. Now if we click on the add-on and we go to our Google Analytics, we can see from here we have three new tools that we can use. We can create new reports, run reports, and schedule reports. So the next thing we need to do is create a report. To get started with creating our report, we need to click on our add-on, go to our Google Analytics, and select Create New Report. Now something that you may want to do with this tool is create a report that can compare new users with returning users. So let's go through the process of doing that. We have to give this a name. So let's call this User Reports. Users Reports. Now we have to select our account information. And we have to choose a metric, so we'll use users. And then for our dimension, we'll use date. Now we have to click on our Create Report. Once we've clicked on our Create Report button, we're taken to the report configuration sheet, which stores all of our report data. Additional reports will show in other columns. So here's our report data, and then we'll have other columns showing here. Now the values on the left are our query parameters. And you can see here that the default date range is 7 days. Now we could change this. We could change an end date and a start date if we like, but 7 days is just fine. So now the next thing we need to do is actually run our report. So if we click on our add-ons, go to our Google Analytics, we can choose Run Report. There we go, one report completed successfully. User Reports, click on OK, and we can view the results. And here it is all broken down for us. And notice how it created a new sheet called User Reports. Now if we wanted to compare the users with new users, we'd have to go back to our report configuration, and we can select this information, copy it, paste it, and we're going to call this one New Users. And we'll have to change our metric to new users. And now we can run our report again. So we go back up to our add-on, back to Google Analytics, and choose Run Reports. And there we have it. So 2 reports completed successfully, User Reports and New User Reports. Click on OK, and now down at the bottom we can see our New User Reports and our User Reports. And the information is slightly different. So now we're going to get into actually visualizing our data. And the information, as we can see, is slightly different between these two. So now the next step in this process is to actually start visualizing our data. So let's create our visualization. To visualize our data, we're going to need to combine the data that we collected from our 2 reports. And to do that, we need to open up a new sheet and add some column headers. And then we're going to actually reference this information. So cells A16 on down and cells B16 on down of both of our sheets. Now I've already jumped ahead and clicked on our new sheet and filled out that information. So we can see I'm referencing the user reports from these 2 sheets here and new user reports as well. All right, so our sheet's all filled out. So now the next thing that we need to do to create our visualization is actually select the data that we want to that we want to reference. So we're going to highlight everything, and then we're going to click on Insert Chart up at the top, and we can choose our chart type, and I'm actually going to choose a area chart for this. And then we can click Insert, and just like that, we've now have our visualization of our data. And as the reports change, like we could rerun these reports and this data will change because it's all referencing these reports that we've created. So we could run this report again in another week and it'll automatically change the visualization to go along with it. In this video, we used Google Sheets Analytics add-on to query an API and pull data into our spreadsheet. Then we created a visualization of that data.